Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's Lauren here from Acting Classes in Perth, and this is episode number 1 of the Acting Classes in Perth Your Questions Answered daily show. The show where I sit down and answer your acting-related questions at 7 p.m. every single day. Yes, that's right, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, right here on Facebook Live and also on YouTube Live simultaneously. I'm super excited. I want to give you a huge thank you and a big shout out for joining us on our very first episode. Thank you so much. It means a lot to us. Now, we have a question for this episode as well. That question has come into us from Leah. Leah, get ready. You're going to be number one question on the Acting Classes in Perth daily show. So before we jump into that question, I think it's appropriate that we, let's run the intro. Okay, so today's question has come in from Leah. Now, before we jump into her question, I wanted to give a big call out. If you are watching this show right now, can you please give us a big thumbs up? It would mean a lot to us. I'd love to know who is out there joining us. Also, please leave a comment, maybe ask a question you want answered on one of our upcoming episodes, or simply just say hello. I'd love to know if you are joining us, so say g'day. Now, we have our very first question coming in from Leah. Leah, ask your question, Leah.
Hello, Lauren. This is Leah. Today I'd like to ask you if I should focus more on my Star Now profile until I get more exposure. Thanks for answering.
Leah, thank you so much for asking what is an exceptional question, and I just could not make it the first question on the show. So congratulations for taking home the first spot. Well, look, I think it's so important that, yes, you do spend as much time and effort and energy on creating and improving, and I would even say mastering, right, your Star Now profile. Why? Because for most actors, it's the number one sales and promotional page that you are going to use to help build your brand as an actor. As an actor, it is in essence showcasing the overall identity and the overall brand that you bring to the market, especially if you don't have an agent yet. And for most of you, you don't have an agent. And so Star Now will probably play such a vital role in helping you build your brand and helping you identify all of the intangible assets that you have around your brand as a performer. Now, some of those, and I guess the reason why Star Now uses them and allows you to add to them is the CV, the bio, the show reels that you can put up there, and then also the headshot. So let's kind of break those down and let's talk about why you want to master those and why you want to master each of them and all of them as a whole as well. So firstly, the bio. That's very, very important. It sits at the top of your Star Now profile, and you want to keep it short, sharp, concise, but very powerful. We want you to sell yourself, but to identify yourself, to show us in a few very sharp and powerful words why you love acting, why you feel you are a talented actor or actress, why you think that you would be a great actor to work with for all of the filmmakers, for all of the casting directors, for all of the directors out there. Okay, the next thing you want to really focus on is your your primary headshot that is used as your profile picture, right? So this is probably going to be one of your better headshots, if not the best headshot. And it's really, really important to use something, have something that sells in your eyes, that you are looking right down the lens, that you are engaging with the audience in, something that when they kind of flick through, they see it and they kind of think, ooh, that resonates, right? So we're looking for not very blank faces. We're looking for real depth to where you're looking directly down the lens and trying to engage with a person who is just literally flicking through different profiles, comes across yours and has an emotional connection, right? Because that's what every brand has. Every brand sells an emotional connection, right? You're not selling acting straight away. You're not even selling look straight away. What you're selling is a very subconscious reaction and a very subconscious emotion that the person looking at your profile will feel. They won't even think about it. They won't realize it. They'll see it in a hundredth of a second. They'll think, yes, okay, I want to call that person in. And it's very, very important that you have an engaging look. You're looking right down the lens, and you're holding your presence very, very strongly and very powerfully as an actor. Okay, the next thing you want to get down to is your CV. Now, for most of you, you may not have a very extensive CV, and that's okay. Like, it's no stress, right? You will build that up as you go. So what you're going to start with is any training you've done. You know, a lot of you have done some acting classes with us at Acting Classes in Perth. If you haven't, and you are really keen to, head on over to actingclassesinperth.com/free. There's a free 3-hour acting class that we hold there. So much fun. If you head over to our Facebook page, you're going to see over 150 5-star reviews. We absolutely love what we do, and we would love for you to join us and explore and experiment with us as well. Bringing it back, look, I think your CV is something that's gonna allow you to build. You know, you're gonna get work, you're gonna build on that, and so don't put a lot of stress into that. But make sure it's sharp, concise, and do not lie on your CV. Don't make stuff up to make it look bigger. Just be honest, be authentic. List any training if that's all you've done. That's okay. When you get your first gig, then you can put down. You can start to list the work that you have done. Okay, maybe even look back if it's been in the last kind of 5 to 8 years and you did something in school, maybe you could list that, but don't have a huge gap between a lot of them. Maybe, anything over 5 to 8 years beyond, I probably wouldn't do. I just focus more on the energy in trying to get more auditions here now. Not having done a lot is not going to be a huge factor in you not getting more auditions. There are so many things that are going to help you get auditions. We're going to talk about them in upcoming episodes as well. Now, after that, we're looking at the headshots. I think it's so important that actors build as many headshots as they can, showing off the different variety and styles and the different looks that they might have, all the different characters they might be able to pull off and bring to an audition space or to a project. So don't just stick on one photo and use it as your profile photo and that's it, right? Like, this is your brand, okay? This is how people perceive you. So you need to make it look like you're putting a lot of effort, a lot of time, and a lot of passion into what it is that you are doing and presenting out there. And that does not mean you have to spend a lot of money. Yes, I think professional headshots are absolutely important. If you are after a professional headshot photographer, please reach out to me on Facebook or via email, Lauren, Loren, at actingclassesinperth.com. I'll send you some choices who we endorse. However, even if you are starting out and you don't have a big budget, I would just say get a friend to take a nice photo. Everyone knows someone these days who has a digital camera and can take a fairly nice photo. So find someone who's able to do that for you. Get a few different variants, right? Maybe one that makes you look a bit dark, a bit sinister, one that makes you look quite innocent, one that maybe is a slight period piece, one that is ideal for stage because of the lighting, because of the the choice of costume. So think outside the square and find some variants so that you have some differing looks. That's really important. Your headshot is the first thing that the filmmaker is going to look at and connect with, okay? And then lastly, I really want you to spend a lot of time and effort working on building your showreel pieces or scenes that you can put on Star Now. Now, that does not mean, right, does not mean that you have to go out there and spend a lot of money putting together a showreel. In fact, I would kind of urge against that, right? Because a lot of the actors choose the same showreel pieces and the same filmmakers put showreel pieces together, and that's really obvious that it's a package, right? And it's being put together, and that's great. However, I would rather you spend the time and effort and the money actually starting to create your own content. So in the short term, I think you grabbing a smartphone and shooting some monologues, and a monologue is, one character talking straight down the lens or maybe, off the lens slightly. That's an option as well. And you could pump out 1 or 2 of those a week, or if you just have very limited time, just a couple a month is another great option. Okay, so I think that you would want to try to find monologues that, once again, like the headshots, are varying. They show all your different range. They show the different styles and the different characters that you might be auditioning for. And for a very small investment, I would also urge for you to consider getting a lapel microphone, just a wired lapel. And that's something like this microphone here. It's a smartphone connectable lapel mic, right? So it has the smartphone adapter, right? So it's going to connect to your smartphone, and then it just clips onto your shirt, and it's going to have a much better sound quality than the camera being way over here, right? Like, it's going to have the sound here. Sound is so important when it comes to putting together a professional video. So whilst your video may not look great, as long as the sound is really solid and really crisp, that's what's important. Leah, thank you so much. I hope I have been able to give you a lot of information, a lot of guidance, support on this. I just want you to remember, finishing off, that your Star Now profile or your AT2 or your Showcast or your website, that's a whole other thing, right? You need a website. We'll talk about that at a later date. It's so important, and I think you absolutely need to put the time and effort in. That's your brand, right? That's how people see you. That's how people perceive you. It is so important. So please find the time, make the time, start taking back control of your career and of the outcomes that you want in your career, but more specifically, more importantly, in your life. Leah, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for sending in the first question. And if you also liked Leah's question, please share the love. Click the share button on this video, share it amongst your acting community. And if you are watching us right now on Facebook, please click the like button and follow us on our page. And if you're watching us on YouTube, simply click the subscribe button, and also make sure you click the little notifications bell so that you get all the updates as these go live every single day. If you are joining us on iTunes, well, all you need to do is click subscribe, and we'll keep you updated as new fresh videos come out. Thank you so much. I'm so super excited to see you again tomorrow at 7 p.m. for another awesome question answered by me, Lauren, here at Acting Classes in Perth. Thank you for joining us. Episode number 1 completed. Super exciting. I'm so pumped. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a great night. Stay safe. And until I see you again tomorrow at 7, happy acting.